why your loss isn't a loss. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess. I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. And it's very easy to get caught up in the perception of losing someone, whether it's a family member, a close friend, a lover, or a pet. Anything that we hold so much love and sentimental value to. And what we need to learn is that, sure, it is quite normal and healthy to feel the pain and the grief of having that part of ourselves in our intimate lives gone. And the thing is that we can't live our lives in grief. There is a period where we do need to grieve, yes, because that's part of the human experience, but we can't live life through grief anymore. And what this triggers is a lot of despair and anxiety that we haven't dealt within ourselves, the emotional neglect of childhood trauma number 2, where the baby and the mother didn't bond so well. And so when we experience someone leaving and departing our lives, whether it's through a death, whether it's through a breakup, whether it's them going missing, however that they left our lives, it brings these emotions of despair and hopelessness. And as I work with a private client through trauma recovery, we were able to discover where she needs to step into her personal power. And for her to do that, she needed to express her boundaries and needs and desires and wants with her mother. And there's this deep fear that she would feel like that her mum would take it the wrong way, to take her feedback as criticism, and that her mum would push her away. And there's this fear of loss. And as I helped her guide and navigate her through the process to step into her power and have that conversation with her mother, once the conversation was over, she shared with me that it was a lot better than she expected. Her mum took it very well, and not as criticism as her fears told her. Her mum wasn't aware that her daughter took her comments so personally that it impacted her self-esteem. The other way that I see loss, and it's not about just losing someone or letting someone go. For me, it's about where can I let go of patterns and behaviors and habits that is no longer serving me anymore. And for me to do that, it requires for me to let that person go. And the ego, my personality, perceived it as a loss. But on the other side of it, as soon as I make that decision, I felt free, such as letting go of a few customers and clients that was not really serving me at a high level, where they weren't paying me on time or they were struggling to pay me. And I delivered my services, and it was really frustrating to have my boundaries crossed financially and to not be respected for my generosity of being of service to these people who are in so much pain. And I could see that they need a lot of help and guidance to move forward in their lives. And so instead of staying in the container with them and demanding money and payments, which wasn't happening, I decided to make a powerful choice to let them go. And as soon as I let them go, I've realized that wasn't a loss after all. There was something in me that had to die so something new can birth through instead. And as soon as I did that, I attracted large sums of money with a private client. And so that is the beauty, the power, the graciousness of what we perceive is loss. When in reality, I truly believe that this is a cycle of rebirth. Something in you has to die for something new to come through into your heart, into your life, so you can evolve in a higher state of being that you wouldn't be able to if it wasn't for that loss, if it wasn't for that experience. And if someone or something is no longer in your life, it's not meant to be in your life anymore. I truly believe that this experience in the stages of the growth process for humanity comes from rebirth. So if you are really struggling with this, then you might want to work through your grief and letting go of your attachment of loss and despair that is weighing you down, that is holding you back from living your best life. I invite you to either come and join me for my full moon inner child healing circle that you can join me via Zoom or at my place in Bondi Beach to start healing these fragments of your inner child to come into wholeness, which you can learn more by clicking on the link below and booking your spot, as it's almost sold out. And the other thing is, if you like to dive deeper with me and look into yourself, clearing your ancestral line, your childhood trauma, your past lives, and experience a really powerful family constellation and gestalt therapy and so much more to shift your identity and live a life beyond trauma, then I invite you to join me at my Transforming Trauma Weekend workshop that I'm running in Tokyo and in Sydney. So to learn more, please click on the links below and it will bring you to a different page with more information around that. And lastly, I am about to launch my 4-month container to heal and transform your relationship with money called Divine Prosperity. So if you feel called to really thrive in your spiritual abundance, where there is so much lack and fear and scarcity around money and your experiences with money that you haven't successfully worked and processed through, that came from your upbringing and what you've learned from the matrix, and you want to rise beyond that capped limitation that society has placed pressures upon us into your relationship with money, and how you can experience prosperity in a far more profound and enriching way as a part of your lifestyle, then I invite you to this container, and you can learn more by clicking on the link below. Or you can book a free clarity call with me via Zoom to ask me any questions about the program, if this is right for you, and what is it that you would like to work through with your money trauma. So, my love, if you got something out of this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video a like, and share your comments below. I would love to celebrate you there, as well as to support you. And remember, my love, you are the light that's in your heart. Never be afraid of rebirth. The more you resist, the more it persists. Let it go and let it flow.